恭喜發財，身體健康 Happy New Year! Wishing you well in this prosperous new year, and also health. So this is the translation in literally. So yeah, happy Chinese New Year, and basically this year will be celebrated on the 29th is the first day, and tomorrow 28th is the New Year's Eve. So there's always 3 days, so 29 and then 30 and 31st of January. But each year is different because they calculate it according to the lunar calendar. For those that doesn't know what the lunar calendar is, basically the zodiac calendar that they calculated. So every 12th year, then you have this year of the snake. So this year, the people are born this year is year of the snake, starting 2025. And then every 12th year is also a different element. In this element, we have then the wood. It's called the wood snake, literally. And there is a meaning behind it, but if you just Google it, you can see, or just search on the internet, whatever search engine you have. It's basically saying that it's a good and also a bad year, but I will not say bad, because most of people, if they think about snake, then they are terrified by it. Snake has a good element in it also, as all animals has. So basically, this is about something associated with harvest, procreation, and spirituality. Spirituality, and then it's also good fortune. But then there's also cunning, evil, threat, and terror. So this year was quite challenging as well, year of the snake. So, but let's always focus on the cup being half full, and then things will be fine. So I will just tell you a little bit about the Chinese New Year itself. Legend says that long time ago, how the Chinese New Year was established was more than 4,000 years ago, by the way. Yeah, it's a very long time ago. So a couple of thousand years before Christ, if you look at the calendar. So meaning that there was basically a beast called Nian, or year. Then he comes once a year, and it's always terrifying the people in China a long time ago. So then the people were being advised by a wise person to put three things that can scare this beast away. First is the loud sound. Sorry. So this is basically the drum and also the firecrackers. Second one is fire. So that's why you see all the lantern, they lit literally with fire, and firecrackers also with fire. And the third is the red color. The color red is also what they believe, and that's why you see everything is in red. Especially also nowadays, you see when Chinese New Year comes, you can see on the back of me, also red, and you can see red envelopes you will receive when it's Chinese New Year. Especially the couples that are married, then has to give those red pocket to those that are not married yet, even though no matter how old you are. So as you can see, I'm not promoting any company, but it's a lot of red pockets examples that I want to show you. Yeah, so there are small ones, there are big ones. So it depends on your preferences. You can use the whichever. Most of the people use the small one because it's easier than in your pocket nowadays. But the big ones also. So if you want to distinguish the big bills from the small bills, and whoever you encounter, that you give them the red pocket. If you're married, of course, then you give to them those that are not married. Traditionally with money, of course, but when kids play, they can always put candies as well, because that will make it fun. All right, so there are 12 zodiac in each cycle. So each year there is one. In this case, like I said, is the snake, year of the snake. And there are many people want to know also what are their other 11 animals. You can just look it up on the internet as well. But I can also basically give you a little bit about it. So you have, for example, year of the rabbit, that we have 2 years ago. Year of the dragon, that was last year. Then now is year of the snake. Then you have year of the horse, year of the sheep, monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, ox, and tiger. So these are the 12 animals. And for each animal, there is also one of the elements in it. Okay, so there are 5 elements in the world, as you know. So there's always something attached to it. So in this case, for the snake, there's wood. And they have also fire, they have also earth, metal, and water. Okay. Anyway, so that's a little bit the history, a little bit about why people celebrate Chinese New Year for each ethnic group. So I'm a Chinese ethnic. Then as the family celebrate Chinese New Year, family comes together. It's always 3 days, but some people can do it longer. So you go first to the the family of the husband, and then the second one family of the wife maybe, and the third one is then friends or extended family who live far away. So basically, this is a phenomenal year, especially when kids are always looking forward to it because it's called 恭喜发财, 红包来. Just kidding. It's meaning that there is some money in it and they expect money. But most of the time, people don't open it in front of the people. It's just when you go home and then you just open it and you can see how much money they give you. Money, yeah, poverty was a long time ago in China a lot. So that's why money they put most of the time. But you can put, yeah, for kids they put candies as well if they amongst each other just for playful thing. As my daughter and my son also sometimes got from other. So it's fun. Yeah, what can I say about Chinese New Year? A lot of beautiful things, memories, family, cousins, brothers, sisters, everyone come together and celebrate and talk about good old days and maybe also play a little bit small games at home, and going out maybe for dinner, especially when it's a very big family, when at home you don't go with each other especially in Hong Kong, it's so small. Then we just go to a restaurant and celebrate with a grandma or a granddad. So then everyone can, basically catch up with each other. Yeah. It's one of the biggest year in China as well. That's why it's called Chinese New Year. And people celebrate almost the whole week as well. So this week, the whole week, most of the time people are off. And of course, the other things has to function and the people has to work. For those that still has to work, like in a restaurant or the train has to still move because of the airplane, all those pilots, etc., they still has to work. They will get overpaid, most of them, if I'm not mistaken. They should, because why should they then offer, the time and to help other people? So they should be rewarded, and most of the time that special day or 3 days, or maybe they take extra 1 day off next time or 2 days off, depends on what the company compensate. So it's like New Year. Then if you work on the New Year's Eve or on the New Year, then most of the time you get good pay, hopefully. And for those that doesn't get it, please ask your boss, or I mean your employer, because no one has a boss. Only a dog has a boss. You have just an employer. Or if you're the boss then, or your employer, then please pay your workers well who has to work on those especially holidays. Okay. So yeah, happy Chinese New Year to you all. 恭喜发财 again, and yeah, I hope to wish you well in this. I wish you well in this new year, and anything that you want in life, like I said, is possible if you stick your mind to it. So yeah, 恭喜发财，身體健康，bye。